Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyamu kama kutiba alal ladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. O you who believe, fasting has been prescribed for you as it was prescribed to those before you, so that you may become righteous. So I'm sure this ayah is going to be heard and read again and again for the upcoming Ramadan, for getting ready and taking a head start, what's expected. So let's try to understand the word taqwa. Allah says, so that you may become righteous. Or, the word taqwa is not a simple word to translate. It's depends upon the context a lot of times. It has so much in it that no words can really express what it's supposed to be. It has been repeated 259 times, if my count is correct, give and take a few, maybe more, not less. So it is such an important word that many times Allah has repeated that. And it starts with the second ayah from Surah Baqarah. Alif Lam Mim Dhalikal Kitabu La Rayba Fihi Hudan lil Muttaqin. So what is it that the Ramadan is given to us so that it will give us the taqwa that's needed to live the life that Allah wants us to live like. Let's just try to put that into words. So in other words, Ramadan is not just about a ritual. There are 29 or 30 days we fast, and then we are done with, and then we become clean and pure. Nothing evil remains. It's not like that. It's about character building again and again. So everything from what we are supposed to do in our acts of worship, no matter what it is, whether it's salat, zakat, hajj, salah, and saum, and zikr, and anything and everything. It's supposed to come and not just be there for. It's not transform. It's supposed to transformate. It's supposed to transform us from what we were to what we are supposed to be. It's not a transition. We are going through a transition in the month of Ramadan. We don't eat all day long, and we know all the details. It's not just a transition for 29 or 30 days. It's a transformation. And that's what Allah says here. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. And what is it that explains taqwa? It's Allah's own book has discussed it in the same surah, and we'll try to check it out. And it's a little bit long ayah, and our scholars have named it Ayatul Bir, because it starts with the word, in the beginning it says, Laysal Bir, the righteousness is not just turning to the east or the west, but it's all about doing certain things and becoming a certain way. It's not just doing certain things, but becoming a certain way. So if we would just try to memorize this ayah for this month of Ramadan for our transformation. So what am I supposed to do? And that ayah is 177 of Surah Baqarah. We just read the ayah about Ramadan, why it's there. So it comes before that. And let's see, let's try to understand what this ayah is together and see what's expected of us. لَيْسَ الْبِرَّ أَن تُوَلُّوا وُجُوهَكُمْ قِبَلَ الْمَشْرِقِ وَالْمَغْرِبِ. It says, it is not the righteousness that you turn your faces towards the east and the west. Towards the east and the west. It's not just that. وَلَكِنَّ الْبِرَّ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. It is not righteousness that you just turn your faces towards the east or the west, but righteousness is he who believes in Allah. So belief is in Allah is power. It's the muscle that will give us the strength. Muscles have to be very strong for our limbs to function. So for our Islam to be there, to be seen, the muscles are hidden, but the things that are done by those muscles through the organs or through the limbs can be seen. So that is what it is. First thing is we need to check our Iman. How strong is my Iman? So Allah says that first. Just turning the faces to the east and the west, that's good, but not good enough. Whichever way Allah wants us to turn, we will turn. But is that enough? Is that going to transform us? No. The things that will transform us, the first and foremost is we have to strengthen our muscles of our Iman. Who believes in Allah? Our belief is there, but is it strong enough to make us do and live by the book? And then the next thing that is there that is to be very strong in our beliefs is the wal yawmil akhir, belief in the last day. We are not here forever. We are here for a very, very, very limited time. And that time is passing by so fast. Everyone can realize that these days. There is, hardly any barakah in our time. So we need to bring barakah in our times by doing the works of barakah. So the first and foremost, belief in Allah, that, our Creator, He wants us to be in this world a certain way. He didn't bring us in this world for without a purpose. We are not here to just come and go, but there's a purpose, and those things have to be fulfilled in order to be a success in this world and the next. The next world is just a breath away, wal yawmil akhir. And in order to prepare for that, Allah took care of us through His wal malaikati. We have to believe in the angels who were the messengers to our messengers. Wal malaikati, and they came with the message. Wal kitabi, we have to believe in that. And then those books were given to the nabiyyin, wal nabiyyin. Unless we have all these beliefs strong enough, we can't really realize that how Allah has taken care of everything for us. Everything is documented, black and white. We don't have to worry about where do I go, where do I learn. The book of guidance is right here for us. And we have to make the most of it while we are fasting. And then the book says, what does it say? It says the righteousness along with these things is وَآتَ الْمَالَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ. And in spite of the love of the wealth, we give the wealth to who? To the near relatives, the orphans, the needy, the wayfarer, and those who ask, and in freeing the slaves. So, وَآتَ الْمَالَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ. Everyone loves wealth. Allah has said it in Surah Al-Imran, that He has put the love of these dunya things in our heart. Otherwise, it's not a real test. The test is that, yes, I love the wealth, but Allah wants me not to just go for my wants with this, but to take care of needs of those who are needy. So, آتَ الْمَالَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ ذوي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وابن السبيل والسائلين وفي الرقاب. Long list of, and so far there is no mention of any salat. This is just telling us what the righteousness is, that what Allah wants to see in us. In other words, right after belief in Allah Himself, our Creator, the next thing is preparation for the Yawm al-Akhir. Through the book, and through the angels, and through the prophets, that the message has been conveyed to us. And the first thing Allah says to become activists is to give the money that you love so much. In other words, detach yourself from the love of the dunya. This detachment has to be practiced. It's not just going to happen. So Allah gave us the month of Ramadan. We detach from the food. We detach from so many routine things that we do during the year, the rest of the 11 months. But this month is, everything is upside down. Everything is different. So we are trying to break our habits. Like someone said, that making a habit, trying to adopt something and make it a habit is very difficult. But it is more difficult to break a habit. So Ramadan comes and does that. But the thing is it transforming me to live this way? To do what? To آتَ الْمَالَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ ذَوِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْيَتَامَى وَالْمَسَاكِينَ وَابْنَ السَّبِيلِ وَالسَّائِلِينَ وَفِي الرِّقَابِ. Am I so readily willing to do this again and again? Like people are waiting to give their their zakat only in Ramadan. Why? Because they want more ajr. Because everything is multiplied so much. And what about the needy then? What about the needy? What are we going to do? Are their needs not there during the other 11 months? So yes, Allah wants us to do more than the previous months in Ramadan. It doesn't mean that we just hold everything and only want to give in Ramadan. MashaAllah, during Ramadan, people give quite a bit. But are we able to collect or give as much during the other months when the needs are still there? So this is not just about Ramadan. This is talking about who are the muttaqi, who are the ones who are, they have adopted that taqwa that Allah says, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, that you may become God-fearing, and you may become righteous the way Allah wants you to be. So this is, like it's been said, that the shortest route to Jannah is through His creation. The easiest way we can get to the closeness to Allah is through His creation. And then Atal Mala is all about that. Atal Mala ala hubbihi zawil qurba wal yatama wal masakina. So we are being tested with the wealth for all these people that we are surrounded with. How are we taking care of them? And then it says, وَأَقَامَ الصَّلَاةَ, and those who establish salat. So see the thing, it's not that you believe in Allah and the Yawm al-Akhir, and first thing is you do is to establish salat. Allah has put that after His creation. That doesn't mean we don't need to do the salat. It is there. But just the salat, if we are still attached to that, then the attachment has to go before we connect with Allah. Our connection with Allah is weak. It's not strong if we are not doing the first things first. First things first, like someone has said, the best wealth is that which is in your hand and not in your heart. So if the wealth is in the heart and the hands are stingy, don't want to give, so what do? Someone has said, train your heart through the hands. Start giving, and bring this ayah into our lives. This is what we need to do. First and foremost, after the two beliefs and of Allah and Yawm al-Akhir and Malaika and the five of those, the action is about doing it. We are human doing. The doing will make us the human beings. Humanity comes into our lives through taking care of His creation, through what Allah has given us. And then we connect with Allah the way it's not going to be the same. It's going to be aqam salah. The established salat is going to be there. We are, we will realize that salat is really standing out in my life. It's making me something that I'm supposed to be. In other words, salat is also going to be, according to the ayah, it says, Inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. That salah is that which will remove the wrongs from you, take the wrongs away from you. But the first things first, we have to force ourselves with the wealth to do the right things with it. And then the aqamat salat comes. And that salat, which is established, which connects us with Allah. We know if I'm taking care of so-and-so, Allah is there for me. That is the strong connection that's there. And then Allah says, وَآتَ zakat. So as we can see, the atal mal is different than the atah zakat. Zakat is only once a year, and that to 2.5% of the savings, not from the earnings. And then it's not due upon everyone. And then, some zakat is calculated according to the lunar calendar. It's not due on everyone during Ramadan, but people hold on to it for Ramadan. So, and then it cannot be given for everything and anything and everything. There are so many things that are not zakat eligible. So what do? Allah says, مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. Whatever we give you, you spend from it. And this is what the first part is. آتَ الْمَالَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ. Whatever Allah gives, we give from it to those who are deserving from all these different groups. And then aqam salat wa ata zakat, and then what? وَالْمُوفُونَ بِعَهْدِهِمْ إِذَا عَهَدُوا. They fulfill their covenant, their oaths, their promises when they make them. وَالصَّابِرِينَ. And then those are very, very patient, who are patient in suffering, fil ba'sa'i wad-darai, sufferings and hardships, wahin al-ba's, and periods of stress. Stress can be wars or whatever difficulties anyone is facing. And then it says, أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ صَدَقُوا. These are the ones who are the truthful. And وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُتَّقُونَ. And these are the ones who are muttaqun, those who are righteous, God-fearing, want to refrain from the wrongs, want to please Allah every moment of their lives. So this ayah has given us one beautiful definition of what taqwa is. And taqwa is, like I said before, it's transformation through this month of Ramadan. And may Allah transform us to gain that taqwa. Inshallah, we will keep talking about taqwa a little more in the following.